let's move on to your workspace. This is how CS5 looks. This is how CS5 looks. So take a look. This is what we'll be dealing with when we do the Photoshops in CSD Labs, because the CSD Labs have Photoshop CS5. Okay, so let's just run through the stuff. There's the tool panel. It's basically in the same place for all versions of Photoshop. So, and it's in the same place for a lot of spin-offs, also a lot of other illustrating software. So that's given. Okay, there's an options bar. If you don't like your tool panel, you can actually choose your tools from the options bar. Let me show you. Right, it's also here, and like your tools can be here. You can click current tool only. That's like gives you the options for the tool you currently have. You can also like put settings, because you can really customize your brushes for anything in Photoshop. So you can make a brush which resembles your pencil, or make a brush that resembles grass, or make a brush that resembles Eric's hair, and save it and use it forever. Right? So there's the options. If you uncheck current tool only, they will give you everything. Yeah, it will give you all the options for every tool that is on here, but that's quite confusing, so just check it. Alright, so next thing is the application bar. It's just PS there, and then you can click it and you can do some options for PS. It's here also. Here, restore, move, size, minimize, maximize, close, and whatever. If you look through all the things here, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. It's intimidating, but it's okay. We'll get through it. Okay, so moving on. Menu bar stuff. Adobe Bridge, we'll cover that later. Mini Bridge, we'll also cover that. And we won't cover this actually. And these are your tool panels. You can actually customize this, because you can drag and drop them, and they kind of click to each other. Like you can drag history wherever you want, and it will click to the end, if I'm not wrong. No, it doesn't click to the end. Oops. Yeah. Yeah. Then you can drag it back in, and it's like that. Yep. The Photoshop Workspace, especially in the last few versions, is highly customizable, so you can make it whatever you want, whatever's best for your workflow, which makes it good, which is one of the things that makes it good. Like you see, I can move this, I can put it anywhere. I can put it in this bar here or whatever, and it will snap to other menus, so you have them nice and straight for the OCD in you. Okay, so next is this stuff. Okay, property bar is changes according to the tool you use. This one, this is your property bar. This is your property bar. Right? Here. Okay, so here we also have it. This is your property bar. So if you change the tool, your property bar will change. I'm at a eraser now, so it can tell me what opacity do you want your eraser, what flow do you want your eraser, what size do you want your eraser, and stuff like that. If I change it to gradient, for example, what pattern gradient do you want? What kind of mode do you want your gradient to blend? We'll cover that later, blending modes. What opacity do you want, and stuff like that lah. So it's basically options to fine-tune your tools. Yeah, and it changes. So don't be surprised when it does. Okay, so your title bar, it's here. It's not here, it's in the original here. Yes, it's here. Sorry. It has the name of your thing. So like we have training F here at 100% RGB 8. So it basically shows you the properties of your file also. So the RGB is your color mode, and then the 8 is 8-bit. It means 8-bit. And the percent value beside it, I actually didn't know this before I compiled this manual. The percent value beside your image is the zoom percentage that you currently use. So as you can see, we are at 89.5% here. Okay, so if we switch to zoom tool, as you can see, the tool panel change, and click actual pixels, it changes to 100%, as you can see. Can you see here? It changed to 100%, and if we zoom out, right, I think it's alternate. Yeah, if you press alternate, right, you can zoom out. Alternate click, and then normal is zoom in. So we zoom out a lot. You can see here it changed to 33%. So that's the zoom of your thing, of your image lah. 100% is your original image size, and whatever percent is subsequently resizing your image. Okay, next. Color and swatches. The color tab. It's here. It's also here. This is your color tab. It looks the same in both versions of CS, of Photoshop. Okay, so you can click on it and you open the dialog box and you can change your primary and secondary colors. The top one, the foreground one, is your primary color, your foreground color, and then the background one is your background color. And you can change it, and you can like specifically fine tune the colors. 255, 255, 255 is black, and 000 is white, and all the stuff in between is stuff in between now. You know, like if you want to design something to be a certain color, like a company asks you, oh, these are company colors, these are the values for them, and then you can make exactly company colors and whatever, or CBLC colors. I don't know what are our values. Do we even have values? Colors and swatches, yeah, so you know, stuff. Swatches, a swatch of color, that's what a thing of color is called apparently. It's a swatch. And you have swatches. Are they not here? Ah, yes, okay, that's a swatches tab. So these are swatches. Can you see at the top right hand corner of the screen? These are swatches that you can use, and these are basically preset colors, and they're very general colors and you know, widely accepted colors, and you won't have any problems with them, because sometimes when you choose colors, certain computers or printers won't be able to handle it, and they will tell you lah, actually. Photoshop will tell you. Photoshop is all-knowing. Yeah, so you have pure red. This is widely considered pure red, and you can see these are the values for pure red. And you have like black, 100% black, and the different kinds of gray. So you can also make your own swatches if you want. If you right click on this, or not right click, if you click on this, right, you can swatch it, I think. I'm not sure how you do that though. Ah, there it is. Okay, so you just like right click or left click, I think also can. Yeah, you just click on the empty side of the swatch, and it will take your current colors swatch and you can name it. So like this is like hot pink or whatever, or you know, CBLC colors version 2 and stuff like that. So you can make your own swatches and save them for future reference and whatever. Yes. Okay, moving on. Adjustments. Adjustments is here. You have an adjustment tool panel. Oh, sorry. Okay. So actually you can access your adjustments from the top here also, which is what I usually do. Image adjustments, and they're all here. Brightness, contrast, levels, curves, exposure. We're going to do this later, hopefully, if we have time. It's already 45 minutes. Okay. Stuff like that. So I actually usually access my adjustments from here and not from there. So I'm not used to using the adjustment toolbox, but it's there, you know. It's there for you to use. And also layer, channels, and your path tool panel. It's here. So your layers, keep track of your layers lah. You know, some people when they edit pictures or they paint pictures, they have a lot of layers, a lot of layers. The advantage of layers is that you can manipulate them more than you would if it were a single picture. Like once you rasterize your image and then it's just there and it's stuck, and you try to move it away, there's white space or whatever. So layers will the layers panel will keep track of your layers and you can click through them. Take note, right? If you have a lot of layers, especially if there are a lot of adjustment layers and linked layers, your computer, if it's not made for this kind of thing, it will start lagging. Yeah, okay, so these are the panels, the channels that you have. Um, it's basically like the way the colors are shown one by one. So like if you take away red, you only have green and blue. So like you can see the image actually changes the color cast. You take away blue, there's no blue in this image. Now it's just green or red. Yeah, and then you can take away green. So because this is in RGB mode, color mode, that's why we only have like the red, green, and blue channels. If you take away all the colors, then you'll get a grayscale, I believe. You can't take it away. Let's take away all the colors. Yes, then you get grayscale. So if you use CMYK color mode, you will have 4 channels: the cyan, M, magenta, yellow, and K, which is black. What does K stand for anyway? Oh, there's no adjustment box in CS7. Okay, but anyway, um, it can still be accessed via the image panel, and usually you just do it there because that one won't move. They want to change the interface a lot, but the menu options won't change lah. Yep. Okay, so that's for channels lah. That's basically like the color stuff that you do. I never touch that, and probably you will never touch that also. Yeah. And paths is like if you draw with a pen, the pen tool is here. If you draw with a pen, you will create a path. It's a vector path. It's not the usual draw on the pixels and recolor the pixels. It's a vector path, which means it's an equation of some sort. And you will keep it here in your path window. You will have, I think, a layer here also, which says a layer path thing, and it's very complicated. It's not very complicated, it's just not basic, so we won't be covering that. Okay, continuing. Right, mini bridge. Okay, mini bridge is used for browsing and previewing images. I've never used it, but it's there. Timeline is used for basic animation. Yeah, so timeline, you stop at a certain interval and then you do your posing or whatever, and then you stop in another interval and you do your posing and stuff like that, so that when you play it through the whole timeline, you have something that's moving in a smooth fashion and something like that. But we don't do animation either yet, so we skip that. That's the toolbox. Toolbox is at the left hand side of the Photoshop menu. You can change it into a double toolbox like that by clicking the double arrows right at the top. Small double arrows, which might be easier for some people, but it's confusing. Yep. Right, okay, so basic tools and function. This is how it looks like in Photoshop CS6, CS5, sorry. Okay, so the different groups of tools are shown here. The one in like here, you can see that there's a small gap here. These are the 3D tools for 3D rendering, which Photoshop can do, but we are not doing for basic Photoshop course. Okay, like mention it's there, it's there, but anyway, stuff like that. Okay, so firstly is measurement, selection and measurement tools. So it's your movement tool, your selection tools, lassos, then the infamous magic wand and stuff like that. And then after that we have the retouching and the painting tools. Retouching and painting, oh god. Okay, so stuff you use to modify your image lah, actually. You can blur it, you can sharpen it, you can nudge it, like smudge it like it's paint like that and stuff like that. And then there's the path and the typography tools, which is your pen and your path selection. Sorry, this thing is a path selection tool. This is your pen, which makes the paths. That's your typography, that's your type tool. Then this is like what is that? Oh, that's the shape tool, sorry. It's also actually, you can use it as a selection tool. Right. Next is the navigation tools. It's the zoom and the hand which you use the hand, you can just drag pictures with ease and no worry of drawing on your picture accidentally. Yeah. And then there's also like your colors, your color selection, which is like a mini version of the colors and swatch panel here. Yeah, it's also here, and you can change the colors from here too. And it's more, it's just that way.